Oh, we're underway in the last event of this evening here at the Box Hill Burn. It is the event number 20, the men's F 5,000 metres. Fuck, I'm tired. Sorry, oh gosh, I'm tired. 26 starters towing the line, and their PBs range from 17 to 18 minutes. No pacemaker by the looks of it tonight, but there is one ambitious lad from Mentone. That James Pfizer de Sierro. I love that name. It rolls off the tongue. James Pfizer de Sierro leading the way. Trying to run well under 17 minutes. We'll know what the pace is on after that first lap. So he'll probably be looking to go around in about maybe 1 minute 22 per kilometre. It's 1 minute 24 per kilometre, I would think. And they're going to go well under that. So almost the whole field at under 1640 pace so far. So almost all the field going out hot when it actually looks pretty cold out on the track here at Box Hill as the rain pours down. So 3:24 pace per kilometre would be ideal. And there is a pacemaker here. Just a couple of our runners in Pfizer de Sierro and Beecroft have said, nah, don't need the pacemaker tonight. Going to light the track on fire myself. Don't need pacing. Okay, and going through that first 800 metres for our first couple of runners. Beecroft going through in a low 2:30. Okay, now pacemaker going through in 2:40 pace. So probably setting up the field for a 16:40, which will be a PB for, well, everyone. The fastest run so far in this field is 17 minutes down to 18 minutes. So far, the time trialling technique has not paid dividends. We've seen it happen twice, and twice we've seen the front runner get caught before the end of the race. 13:15 pace and a 13:19. So 13:15 pace, probably about 16:25, going for about a 30-second PB. The two athletes at the head of the field. The pacemaker right on that 16:40. And just letting the flood of athletes find their own way behind him. So rain does look like it's easing ever so slightly here at Box Hill. It's just been on and off and on and off tonight, but we have had patches of pretty good weather and then patches of torrential rain as we see the feet of Beecroft just splishing and splashing across the track. Pfizer de Sierro is trailing by about 15 and 20 odd metres. And our pacemaker just ahead of that 16:40 pace. So only leading out one athlete in Russin from Glenn Huntley by the looks of it. So 4 laps down, 8.5 to go for Beecroft and DiCiero, who you see at the head of the field. They're running their way towards a 16-minute and 30-second 5K. Trying to collect 30 and 40-second PBs, respectively. Okay, as Tyler Dirksen, who is in 3rd position, is actually sitting just behind our pacemaker in the white singlet. So Beecroft, DiCiero and Dirksen, they're your 1, 2, 3. There's a fair gap to probably our 17-minute runners, who are all probably right on that PB pace, running sensibly further back in the field as Beecroft goes through the first 2 kilometres just under 16, or about 16:34, 16:35. Our pacemaker 16:40 on the nose, so, or 6:40 on the nose, should I say, going for a 16:40 overall 5K. Our leaders are still well under that pace. So 2.2 kilometres down for Beecroft, 2.2 kilometres down for Pfizer DiCiero, and 2.2 kilometres down for Tyler Dirksen. Further back in the field, Jacobson, Imbriano, Bucky making the train around the 17 to 17:20 mark. Beecroft might even be extending his lead ahead of Pfizer DiCiero. Maybe he knows exactly what he's doing. Pfizer DiCiero, kind of in no man's land, and Dirksen is just on the heels of the pacer. He's probably doing it the easiest so far in this race. The only problem is he's sitting in 3rd position. So as we approach the 3 kilometre mark, we'll get a pretty good read of what pace we're on. So 9:50 through 3Ks. 9:55 for Pfizer DiCiero and 10 minutes for Dirksen. So 9:50 probably means that Beecroft, if he can maintain this pace, is heading towards around about a 16.25 to 16.30. And at 10 minutes, Dirksen is heading for a 16.40. So 5 laps to go for the flood of athletes coming through. Okay, and the lead has not changed. Our pacer has just stepped off the track. Beecroft, if anything, running a little bit wide on that track. Needs to get in the rails a little bit to save him some distance. Doesn't seem to be bothering him so far. 4 laps to go. Beecroft, DiCiero and Dirksen. Dirksen has a lead of about 200 metres on the rest of the field. So Joseph, Canizet and O'Brien, Jacobson, they're on camera now. They're in 4th, 5th and 6th positions. Beecroft, DiCiero and Dirksen. Is DiCiero might be just catching Beecroft. Might have had enough right up the head of the field. As I said, needs to get on the rails a little bit. He's running too far wide, especially around those bends. It's going to cost him a bit of time. With 3 laps to go. Could even be that Dirksen is catching DiCiero as well. As we said early, we've seen a few breakaways tonight, and so far it has not pulled off. We'll see what Beecroft can do over these final 2.5 laps. Beecroft, DiCiero getting up on the heels of Beecroft. With 2.5 laps to go, they go through in about 13:15. So they'll be looking for a 3:15 to get a 16:30, but that would be a massive, massive PB. They're really looking for a 3:45 to get under 17 minutes. That would be the main goal. So it's just a matter of how fast they go as DiCiero passes Beecroft, and Beecroft, well, he would try and do what he can to take a sit, but might be all too hard at this stage. Dirksen, they're really closing the gap now. With 2 laps to go for our leaders. DiCiero just waited until Beecroft just fades and fades just ever so slightly as Dirksen gets up on his heels. So they're going to run PBs, they're going to run fast, all 3 of them. It's just a matter of how fast are they going to go. And DiCiero from Mentone, he's our leader right now. 600 metres to go. So DiCiero has run 17 minutes flat before. Beecroft has run 17:05. And Dirksen has run 17:05 as well. With 1 lap to go, They're going to go well under that. They'd have to run their last lap in 1 minute and 50 seconds to not get a PB. So just a matter of how much of a PB they're going to get tonight. DiCiero, he's just extending his lead. Dirksen has just waited. He's waited behind the pacemaker the whole race, running around 16:40 pace. And Beecroft done a lot of the early work. Tried to go hard from the gun. Now he's just getting tired in these final stages, but it may pay off. It will pay off because he's still going to get a huge PB, Beecroft. DiCiero rounds the discus cage for the last time at 16 minutes. 1 minute ahead of his PB with 120 metres to go. He could walk it in and get a PB at this stage. Huge run from DiCiero. We can see Dirksen just on screen now and Beecroft doing what he can to hold as much form in these final stages. But DiCiero going to collect a 42-second PB, crossing the line in 16:18. Huge 40-second PB. Dirksen 16:25, 16:26, 16:27, and Beecroft done so much work, run it the hard way, but maybe all worth it for a 30-second PB for him. So as we said, the first three athletes did have a huge gap ahead of the rest of the field. As we see them coming through now, the flood of athletes with 100 metres to go. O'Brien, Imbriano, Cusack, Imbriano, Blasky, all these athletes trying to get under around the 17:40 mark. Simon May, 30-second PB for Simon May, 17:39 down from 18:09. Jared Byrne, Jimmy Goulis. And that rounds out the field for our men's F 5,000 metres. Our final race of the Box Hill Burn for 2023. So thanks everyone for tuning in. Thanks everyone for watching tonight. And we'll see you at the next Athletics exclusive live stream. Good night.